Hi, it's Pastor Will from the Rio, Texas Media Center and PastorWill.net. Today we're going to look and see how we can improve our search engine rankings on our Squarespace website. Their search engine rankings are pretty important. When somebody's looking for your church on the web, or they're just looking for a church in your community, they're probably going to start on a search engine. And we can do some things to make sure that you show up as close to the top of those search engine listings as possible. Let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Here in the San Antonio area, I'm just going to search San Antonio Methodist Church and see what I get. All right, I'm going to get some Google Maps information that's going to show me University United Methodist Church, Coker United Methodist Church, and Alamo Heights United Methodist Church. Those are some of the largest churches around me, and they are the ones who tend to have some better, well-constructed websites, and that's why they show up so well there. So we go down into the regular listings. There's University first, Alamo Heights, and Travis Park comes in, and Northern Hills and Northwest Hills. Now, if you're in a big city, getting up top is going to be hard. Now, if you're a little further out and there's less United Methodist churches around you, that's a good thing for you, but you still need to pay attention to some things on your website to make sure you show up top. So let's go to our sample Squarespace for Churches website here. This is one we use for the training, and we're going to start on our main menu. We're going to start in Settings. All right, we're going to go to Settings. We're going to go down here to Website and Basic Information. All right, I'm going to open that. Here is one of the most important things you need to have. The search engines are going to look in the HTML of your website, the code, the back part that most people don't see. They're going to look to try to find your site description, so you need to have one. I've gone ahead and sort of typed one up in a text editor. You can do it in a Word document anywhere else you want to, or you can type it directly in, but I'm going to save us some time and come over here and just paste this in. Get rid of some extra spaces I created, and right now I have not a perfect but a pretty decent site description. Rio, Texas United Methodist Church, not actually a church, sample website of course, and we have our phone number in there, and we have when we worship and what kind of worship that we have. I probably would also put my location in there as well. Let's see, I've got that over here. Let's add that. There's my location, and there we go. So there is my site description. All I need to do is put it in there and hit save. And now let's go back to the home menu, because now we're going to look at another place we need to include some descriptive language, and that is on our actual pages. Let's start with the home page. Here's my home page down here. On the right is this little gear. If I click on that, it will open up my settings dialog. And about halfway down, you will see the description. All right, that is really useful for search engines. Okay, it's going to be the page description. It's not going to show up on your actual website, but it's going to be there in the HTML code that search engines are going to look at. Now, for my my home page, in this case, I'm just going to repeat what I have in my site description, because this is the home page of the site. And so let's see, I'm going to copy that again and put that down in here. Just like before, I'm going to include my location. And there we go. Now, just a word about what goes in these descriptions. They really should be descriptions. Use the language that you would use to describe your site. Now, this isn't a place just to list keywords. Somebody may have told you make sure you have lots of keywords on your website. Well, that's not what we're going to talk about here. However, you do want to use words that describe your church in a way that people might be looking for it. Look, for instance, for a moment at my description of the address. We're located in Northwest San Antonio near Churchill Estates. Now, we are located in Northwest San Antonio, and that is a phrase that some people might be looking for. They might be looking for a church in Northwest San Antonio. Maybe, maybe not. They're looking for something near Churchill Estates. However, in your community, you may be in a recognized area in which someone might be looking for a church. So be aware of the language that you use, both on your website and in your page and site descriptions. Okay, once I have that in there, I'm going to go here and click Save, and that one's done. And I want to go ahead and do that on every single page on my website. I don't want to copy and paste the same thing on everyone. I want every page to have its own description. Here's my worship page. Again, I'm going to go over to the gear, and I have this description again, and I've written a description for worship, and I'm going to paste that in there. We offer worship services every Sunday morning at 10. We offer both traditional worship and contemporary worship. Go ahead in there and use some descriptive words to describe your worship to folks who might be coming to your church. Remembering again that this isn't going to show up on your website itself unless you decide to use this same language on the page itself to describe worship, which might be a good idea. But this is going to be in a place where the search engines are going to be looking. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to go over and do one more on the I'm New page. And I've got some descriptive words over here. I'm going to come in here and paste them into this description. We welcome visitors. The page will give you all the information you need to decide if you would always proof these. Like to visit us, we also offer helpful information to make your first visit as stress-free as possible. We'll tell you how to get here, when to arrive, where to park, where to enter the building, what to wear, what to expect. I hope that your I'm New page does that. And if it does, then this is a great place to describe it so the search engines will know what is there. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And that's it. That's just one set of things that you can do, sort of the bare essentials to make sure that your website is getting the best rankings it can on search engines so people can find your church. Check out the rest of the videos on this channel for more tips about how to make your Squarespace website better for your church, and also for more information on leveraging technology to reach your community. Check out our Media Center website at riotexas.org/media.